What's up, YouTube? I hope everybody's having an amazing day, man. I know I am. Today, we're reacting to comparisons of the most painful ends, man. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe on this video. Don't forget to hit up these little links up here. I got YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, man. And I'm also doing, if I either hit 1,000 subs on YouTube or 1,000 followers on Twitch, I'll shave my head. So either or, it could be whichever. Either 1,000 on YouTube or 1,000 on Twitch. I'm shaving my head. And my hair is like one of my most precious things, dude. I love my hair. Like, I feel like this is one of the things that makes me look good. And me shaving it, dead ass, it's gonna hurt, bro. It's gonna hurt, but I'm willing to take that risk. But, hey, we're about to get in the video. I hope y'all are as excited as I am, man. And let's get into the video, y'all.
Timothy Treadwell watched his torn-off arm while the enraged grizzly sank its teeth into him. Screams of his girlfriend, Amy Huguenard, echoed in his head. Both became victims of a merciless predator, devouring them alive. Slow death is the scariest thing imaginable, but on the pain scale, crafted from scientific studies, being eaten alive only rates 100 points. Meanwhile, the most horrifying death is estimated at 140. Stick around until the end to find out what hits that maximum mark. But I warn you, viewer discretion is advised. On October 11th, 2012, workers at a seafood processing plant in Santa Fe Springs sounded the alarm. Their colleague, 62-year-old Jose Molina, had vanished suddenly. After nearly 90 minutes of searching, the boiler operator suggested opening the last loaded oven. Inside, they cooked and sterilized tuna at high temperatures. Workers had to wait half an hour for the oven to cool down. All this time, their only thought was, I hope Jose isn't in there. Unfortunately, he was indeed there. When the workers opened the door, they were horrified to find him inside. As it turned out,
dude, imagine being in a big-ass oven with cans, a metal oven with metal cans. God only knows how hot it's getting because they're sterilizing them. So that's like what, 500 degrees at least, dude? You're in a metal cage with metal cans. Like, just imagine that shit all over you, dude. That's like, oh my god, your skin is dead ass melting. It's going to the muscle. Oh my god, that's one of my worst fears. Is like being burnt alive or like melting or some shit. Like, that shit has got to hurt. Like, if you guys ever gotten burned by touching a frying pan or touching fire on accident, dude, that shit hurts so bad. They'll have you sucking on your finger or whatever, putting ice on it, that shit hurts. Imagine that across your whole body. Like,
Molina was loading pallets of canned tuna into the oven when he noticed a malfunction. Without warning anyone, he stepped into the oven to adjust the chain inside. Meanwhile, another worker, not seeing Jose in place, assumed he had already left. So he closed and turned on the oven. It was loaded with nearly 5,500 kilograms of canned tuna, which began to cook at a temperature of 132 degrees Celsius. Trapped, Jose likely suffered severe skin burns, and then the high temperature began to affect his muscles and organs. Eventually, the poor man was boiled alive. Looking at the pain scale, where, for example, 2 points are attributed to a gunshot to the head and 91 to a shark bite, while dying from being literally boiled alive, it's a staggering 105 points. And unfortunately, such incidents in production happen quite often. In 2009, Vincent Smith II worked at an illegal chocolate factory, Cocoa Service, in Camden, New Jersey. The 29-year-old worker was dumping giant chunks of chocolate over the edge of a vat, nearly 2.5 meters deep. There, chocolate was melted and mixed. Suddenly, Vincent was struck by a mixer paddle and fell right into the hot molten mass, reaching a temperature of 120 degrees Celsius.
Bro, he fell into boiling chocolate and it's a giant mixer, dude. So he's not only getting boiled alive, he's getting mixed around and mangled in there, dude.
Colleagues immediately rushed to shut down the machine. However, Vincent stayed in the chocolate for a full 10 minutes before rescuers could pull him out. Even though his body was mangled by the giant mixer, Vincent died from burns. The tragedy occurred because the platform he fell from was slippery from splattered chocolate and was directly above the vat without any barriers to protect workers from falling into the boiling mixture. Nevertheless, you don't have to be at a dangerous facility to experience excruciating pain, which on the scale goes even beyond 105 points. On November 23, 2018, a 911 dispatcher heard the shaky voice of a 76-year-old woman. It was Loretta Picard from Polk County, Florida.
I think my house is on fire, and I'm here alone, and I'm on a walker.
Firefighters were immediately dispatched to her house. The dispatcher told the woman to leave the building and go outside, to which she replied,
Couldn't, honey, if I wanted to.
That nervous laugh at the end just breaks your heart. Loretta had recently undergone surgery and couldn't move quickly without assistance. Plus, she couldn't see anything through the smoke. Meanwhile, the fire truck slowly made its way down the rough country road where the woman lived. Loretta was freaking out, worried that nobody would save her, constantly asking if help was really on the way and if they were sure they were coming for her. Then, on the recording, you could hear Loretta start coughing and wheezing, and the sound of the crackling fire in the background getting louder.
That's fucked, bro.
But I can't show you what the recording captured next, because then the flames engulfed the woman, who never got the help she desperately needed. She screamed wildly as she burned alive.
Bro,
The link to the full recording I'll leave in the description below. Loretta was dying while firefighters were just minutes away from her yard. The phone call cut out after 20 minutes, and rescuers arrived.
Cause like even if you survive, dude, like you are like unrecognizable. Like that shit will fuck you up so bad. You'll be missing hands, you'll have nubs, your nose will be gone, bro. Have you seen those people that like survive house fires, bro? They're all melted. Like it looks like their skin is all like our skin is all fused together, but like their neck will be like that. Like they're all fucking fused, all melted. Some of them, they have no nose. Their eyelids are burnt off. It's so bad.
At the scene 14 minutes later.
You can't grow hair anymore.
Nobody ever
like,
went inside to save her. The fire chief claimed that several firefighters attempted to enter the house, but no evidence supports his words.
Imagine
and the dispatcher was blamed for giving ineffective instructions. Due to the negligence of rescuers, Loretta died in agony. Because the pain from burning alive, it's a staggering 108 points. You wouldn't wish such a death on anyone. But you know what? I came across a story where a person knowingly subjected themselves to such suffering. On June 11, 1963, several American correspondents, including Malcolm Brown, gathered outside the Cambodian embassy in Saigon. The day before, journalists were informed that something important would happen there. Buddhists were deeply offended by the disrespect of their beliefs by the South Vietnamese government. So, around 350 monks and nuns gathered for another peaceful protest.
It's like a
Suddenly, not far from the presidential
famous
palace,
picture of
a
the
car
burning
stopped
monk.
and 3 monks got out, including Quang Duc. Malcolm pointed his camera at the trio, not realizing what he would witness through the lens next. Protesters gathered around Quang, who sat on a pillow in the traditional Buddhist meditative lotus pose, while another monk started pouring gasoline over his head. Quang paid no attention and prayed, and when he finished, he struck a match. The flames instantly engulfed him, rising up in black smoke. It was a horrifying spectacle. Quang Duc's body slowly withering and shriveling, while his head blackened and charred. I can't show you the photo either, but I'll leave a link below the video. The scene was very contrasting, as everyone present there loudly cried, watching the self-immolation, while the monk himself, enduring painful suffering, didn't even flinch or make a sound. Whether it was meditation skills or inner spiritual strength that helped the monk endure the agony of his impending death, I know for sure an ordinary person wouldn't last like that, let alone endure the pain that hits 110 points. In 2007, a 33-year-old woman from Hong Kong named Cecilia Chung climbed to the top of Nyiragongo volcano, located in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It last erupted in 2002, flooding the highly populated city of Goma with lava, causing widespread destruction. Since then, the volcano had been relatively safe, so tourists from all over the world flocked to see its famous lava lake. It looks like cracked earth in the desert, with hellish streaks of fire rising from it. Cecilia climbed nearly 3,500 meters for this site.
No, dude.
The woman was thrilled.
Don't tell me she's gonna fucking fall into the lava, bro.
By the terrifying view of the lake and wanted to take a closer photo of it. To do this, she climbed over the edge of the crater, and suddenly, Cecilia slipped and fell down. However, flying about 200 meters, she hit a protrusion right above the lava lake. Cecilia felt piercing pain because the impact broke several bones. She was thrown into the heat, and it was almost impossible to breathe because she was...
Nah, I feel like if I'm falling, I want to fall straight into the lava. Because that shit is so hot. Like, wait, how hot is lava? Like, dead ass, bro. How hot is lava? 1,300 to 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, at that point, like, once you hit the lava, you're going to feel pain for maybe 2 seconds, and then you're melted, like you're dead. So, I would just want to fall in there and get it over with. Then hit a rock and feel all my bones break and then, like, suffocate from the heat.
Too close to the lava, the temperature of which could reach 950 degrees
so then
Celsius.
That rock is like a fucking
helicopter,
skillet,
rescuers, and a volcanologist were sent to the scene. At first, Cecilia showed signs of life. However, the rescue operations were stopped due to poor visibility. As a result, without waiting for help, she fell into the volcanic lava lake. Eyewitnesses even hoped that the woman died instantly after the impact and fell into the lava without feeling any pain. The thing is that on the pain scale, it hits a whopping 110 points. Death in lava, although painful, is instantaneous. That's why many people consciously chose it to end their lives. In 1933, a schoolgirl named Kyoko Matsumoto climbed Mount Mihara, located on the Japanese island of Ito-Ushima, with a girl from her school. Kyoko was in love with her friend. However, in Japanese society at that time, same-sex relationships were condemned, and this oppressed Kyoko so much that she didn't want to live anymore. The schoolgirl threw herself into the volcano crater before her lover's eyes. The scariest thing in this story is that the girl became a role model for many Japanese people who wanted to end their lives. By 1935, almost 1,300 people had lost their lives by jumping into Mihara, until the Japanese government built barriers around the area. Still, as countless stories show, people often ignore such prohibitions. In 2016, Colin Scott and his sister, Sable, went on a tour to Yellowstone National Park, known for its geothermal spots. They really look fascinating, but getting close to them is dangerous. The water here may not be as hot as lava in a volcano, but still, the 96 degrees reached by the local water bodies are enough to cause burns and even kill a person. But Colin and Sable ignored numerous warning signs and crossed the restricted area. Suddenly, the guy
This is
slipped.
that dumb shit that I talk about, bro. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you thinking? It's like, these things are here for a reason. Like, especially rules like this, when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I don't understand people's, like, thought process when it comes to that. Do you feel like you're trying to prove a point? Like, do you think this shit makes you tough or
fell
something?
into the hot water near the
Like, why are you
pork chop
playing with
geyser.
life or death here?
Such a death is more painful than death in a volcano because in a hot spring, it doesn't happen instantly.
It's literally a fucking soup.
Slowly.
It's
Moreover,
literally
in almost
gonna
all
turn
the
into a
park's water
fucking soup.
bodies,
That's bad,
acid
bro.
sulfate liquids are present to a
fuck?
greater or lesser extent. So when Scott's sister returned with a few rangers, only parts of her brother's head, torso, and arms were visible in the hot
Dude.
spring. By the next morning, Colin's body had completely dissolved. It seems that there couldn't be worse pre-death suffering, but, in fact, there could be. Dissolving in a geyser is far from 140 points on the pain scale. On September 13th, 1987, in Goiânia, Brazil, the owner of a local landfill, Devair Ferreira, invited neighbors, relatives, and friends over to show them his interesting find. Devair showed them a strange powder. It was sparkling so mesmerizingly that guests rubbed it on their skin like glitter and took it with them to give to someone else. Yet none of them had any idea what this powder really was. The thing is, the man brought scrap metal, and someone brought from a neglected hospital a metal capsule to his landfill. But those who did it didn't realize they had taken it from a radiotherapy machine.
Oh my god.
Devair Ferreira ordered the capsule to be cut open, where he found the powder, which was actually radionuclide cesium-137. It is used in treatment
Whatever
to
that
create a
shit is,
source
that
of
sounds
gamma
crazy.
radiation capable of affecting human cells. It's specifically directed at cancerous tumors. But if the radiation isn't controlled, it'll also affect healthy cells. De Valliere, not realizing it, set off a deadly domino effect. So about 250 people came into contact with the powder. Maria Gabriela Ferreira, the wife of the landfill owner, began to suffer from hair loss and internal bleeding. One of De Valliere's hired workers, Israel Bautista dos Santos, developed serious respiratory and lung complications. The other one, Admilson Alves de Souza, had his heart affected. However, the most affected was De Valliere's 6-year-old niece, Leide das Neves Ferreira. She was placed in an isolated hospital room, but the staff was afraid to approach the child. The girl gradually developed swelling in the upper part of her body, hair loss, kidney and lung damage, and, just like Gabriela, she suffered from internal bleeding. On the pain scale, these feelings hit a whopping 125 points.
Yeah, bro, radiation.
All the people who came into contact with the blue powder got various diseases, and this quartet later died. All the items touched by people who came into contact with the powder were buried in a repository.
Oh my god, that's another thing I'm scared of, is getting like radiation. Another one of my biggest fears is getting like exposed to radiation, like crazy radiation. Cause dying like that is dead ass terrible. Like wait, you guys gotta see this one guy, most radio. Man, it's this like Japanese guy. I watched like a whole video about him. Okay. This guy right here. What's his name? Hisashi Ochi. Oh my god. When I tell you, if you guys watch that video about him, it's actually terrible. Like he worked at some place that managed a bunch of radiation, and him and all of his colleagues got exposed to it, and he like had like the most painful death ever. Like he died multiple times and his family didn't want him to go, so they kept reviving him, but like his skin was falling off, so they kept having to take skin grafts, but like there was just no skin and skin grafts, bro. It was just terrible. Like it was bad. Like you guys gotta watch like a video.
And marked for use only.
I think it was one of the worst
years.
deaths I've ever seen.
Such cases in ordinary life are pretty rare.
The most pain.
But people who work directly with radioactive elements risk painfully dying literally every day. On August 21st, 1945, less than 2 weeks after the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Harry Daghlian was working with the plutonium core at the Los Alamos test site in New Mexico. He used tungsten carbide bricks to create a barrier around it because the bricks reflected neutrons coming out of the radioactive plutonium back. But when he started laying bricks around the core, he suddenly dropped one of them right on him. At that moment, the brick caused an uncontrolled nuclear fission chain reaction. It covered the scientist with a deadly dose of radiation of 5.1 sieverts. After receiving a radiation burn, a person experiences countless excruciating sensations at once. The skin blisters and ulcers, after which the vessels in it burst, and the person dies. In addition, due to the high dose of radiation, you feel how each of your organs slowly fails until you die. And that's exactly what happened on the 25th day of Harry Daghlian's suffering. The slow death from radiation and all the previous steps on the pain scale are united by the fact that these pains weren't inflicted intentionally on the victims. However, fortunately, you cannot accidentally expose yourself to suffering that is at the maximum mark of 140 points.
Dude.
Even if you find yourself in the mouth of a volcano or in the heart of a nuclear reactor. So, the most painful sensation in the world is skinning. This refers to a specific torture. Before it, the skin was softened using sunburns or hot water. Then, the torturer made incisions starting from the least sensitive parts of the body and ending with the delicate skin of the face. The process was designed to keep the victims alive as long as possible, maximizing pain. Eventually, death could occur from blood loss, shock, or infections. But such a method of punishment has existed.
Like you guys know when you slide on asphalt and you fucking skin your knee, dude? Imagine that across your whole body, like your whole leg. And not just the first layer of skin, bro, straight to the muscle.
For quite some time. Since the times of the ancient Assyrians.
Crazy,
and up to medieval Europe. Nowadays, they don't do it anymore. At least, it's definitely
Sometimes I wonder, like, all these people that used to torture each other back in, like, the fucking 1800s and all that shit, like, they were, like, designated torturers, bro. That's what they did for a job. Like, how do you do that shit and then go to sleep at night? Like, that's crazy. You're chopping people's heads off, you're skinning them, you're doing all this crazy shit, and you just go to sleep at night, deadass? Like, that shit's just normal to you? Like, I don't know, you gotta be like, it's got some screws
Prohibited
loose
by
up
law.
there for that shit to
Write
just
in
be
the
normal,
comments
man.
what caused you the most pain, and subscribe to my channel if you have nerves of steel and love scary stories from the lives of real people.
Damn, yo, that's crazy, bro. Those are bad as hell, I'm not gonna lie. Fuck. Especially that radiation, dude. That is one thing. Hey, comment down in this video which one you think was the worst and which one you definitely would not want to experience. For me, I'm gonna say the fire or the radiation. But if I had to choose, probably the radiation, because that shit is just a long process. Because radiation doesn't it doesn't really kill you instantly. It takes a while. It takes like a few weeks, and you feel yourself just dying. I feel like that's got to be the worst thing, a slow, painful death, man. But anyways, y'all, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. And again, do not forget to hit these up here. All the links, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all of that. And remember, if I hit 1,000 subs here on YouTube, I'm going to do a live stream where I shave my hair off. Or if I hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, I'm shaving my hair off. So, get me to that goal, man. Even though it's going to cause me a lot of pain and, it's going to make me sad. It's okay, dude. I'm willing to risk it. I'm on that grind, man. I'm going to become a big streamer. I'm going to become a big content creator, man. Just wait. Give me till this time next year. I promise you, I'm going to be well known, man. You just got to trust the process and grind. And motivational quote of the day is, success is on the other side of hard. You got to make it past the hard part to succeed. Everybody wants to make their dream come true, but the problem is everybody stops and gives up when they get to the hard part. You know, the first week or so, it's going to feel easy, but then after that, shit's going to get hard. And it's like you just got to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And the people that push through that hard part are going to make it to the end. So it's like the race is the race is full at the beginning, but it's almost empty at the end because not a lot of people have that strength to just keep going. You guys gotta have that strength to keep going, alright? All of my fans, everybody watching, man, keep dreaming, keep living, bro. And remember, if it's getting hard, do not stop. Just keep on grinding. You're gonna do it. You gotta believe in yourself. Have faith. Trust God. And just work hard. And I promise you, if you have those 3 things, you can make whatever you want. Whatever you dream about, come true. I promise you guys. But again, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting, man. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one, man. Love y'all.